If you or someone in your family uses a blue badge, a change is reportedly coming that could catch thousands of drivers out. Councils across the United Kingdom are said to be preparing tighter checks on blue badge parking permits from the middle of July. The reported changes focus on catching fake, expired, and misused badges before they cost the taxpayer any more money. If these reports are accurate, even small mistakes that used to go unnoticed could suddenly result in a fine. Some drivers could be caught out simply because their badge is displayed the wrong way round on the dashboard. Others could be caught out because they let a friend or relative use their badge while they were not even in the car. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what is expected to change, what the rules already say, and how to protect yourself either way. You will also learn what a genuine blue badge allows you to do, because a surprising number of people misunderstand their own permit. This matters right now because blue badge enforcement has already been getting stricter across the country. There are reportedly around 2.84 million blue badges in circulation across England alone. That is a huge number of permits for councils to check by hand, which is why many are expected to lean more heavily on digital verification. Digital verification simply means an officer can scan or look up your badge details against a national database in seconds. Later in this video, I will explain exactly what could happen if a badge fails one of these digital checks. I will also explain the one mistake that catches out even long-term blue badge holders who have never had a problem before. And I will explain what to do right now if your badge is close to running out, because renewal could take longer than you expect. Let's start with the most serious issue, which is letting someone else use your badge. Under the rules that already exist today, a blue badge belongs to one named person and nobody else. It is a criminal offense for anyone else to use that badge to get free or easier parking. The existing penalty for this kind of misuse is a fine of up to £1,000. On top of the fine, the council can take the badge away completely, leaving the genuine holder without it. Imagine a woman named Margaret who lets her son borrow her blue badge to park while he pops into the shops for her. Margaret is not in the car, so under the rules, that use of the badge is not allowed, even though her intentions were kind. If an officer checks the vehicle and Margaret is not present, her son could be fined and her badge could be confiscated. This is not a new rule, but it is reportedly one of the top things councils will be focusing on from the middle of July onward. There is another issue almost nobody talks about, and it involves the little parking clock that comes with some badges. In areas where you are allowed to park on yellow lines for a limited time, you must show a clock stating when you arrived. If that clock is missing, hidden, or set to the wrong time, you can be fined even if you have only been parked for a few minutes. Picture a man named David who parks on a yellow line, nips into a pharmacy, and forgets to set his parking clock. Even though David is only inside for 10 minutes, an officer could issue him a ticket because there was no visible arrival time. The badge itself is not enough on its own in these situations because the clock proves how long you have actually been parked. But here is what most people do not know about where a blue badge actually works. A blue badge is designed mainly for on-street parking, such as roadside bays and yellow lines controlled by the council. It does not automatically apply inside private car parks run by supermarkets, shopping centers, or hospitals. Those private car parks set their own rules, and a blue badge only helps there if the operator has chosen to honor it. This means you should always check the signs at the entrance of a private car park before assuming your badge applies. Failing to register your vehicle correctly in some of these private car parks can lead to a parking charge notice through the post. Now let's talk about the badge itself and how it must be displayed inside your vehicle. The badge must sit on your dashboard with the photograph facing down and the hologram clearly visible through the windscreen. If the badge is upside down, faded, or hard to read, an officer can issue a fine even if the badge itself is completely valid. There is another issue that is expected to matter even more once digital checks become more common. If your badge has expired, even by a single day, it is reportedly likely to be flagged instantly under the new checking systems. This means renewing your badge in good time is more important now than it has been in previous years. Local councils have also reported an increase in fake websites charging people far more than the real government fee. A genuine blue badge application in England should never cost more than £10. In Scotland, the badge costs around £20, and in Wales, the badge is currently provided free of charge. If a website is asking for a much larger payment to process your blue badge application, it is very likely not an official government site. Always apply through the gov.uk website or directly through your own local council to avoid being overcharged. There is some genuinely good news for blue badge holders that has already been confirmed rather than merely reported. From the 1st of March this year, many Blue Badge holders became eligible for a disabled person's rail card for the very first time. Previously, this rail card was only available if you received specific benefits or had a specific medical diagnosis on record. Now, simply holding a valid Blue Badge can be enough on its own to qualify for the rail card in many cases. The Disabled Person's Rail Card gives you a third off most train fares across England, Scotland, and Wales. It also gives the same 1/3 discount to an adult companion traveling with you on the same journey. On average, cardholders are said to save around £126 a year on train travel. The rail card costs £20 for 1 year, or £54 if you choose to buy 3 years at once. Imagine a retired man named Peter, who takes the train to visit his grandchildren twice a month. Once Peter checks his Blue Badge eligibility and applies for the rail card, his ticket price for every journey drops by a third. Over a single year, those regular discounts could easily cover the cost of the rail card several times over. This is a real dated change, unlike some of the enforcement reports, so it is worth checking your own eligibility today. Let's go back to the enforcement side, because there is one more area that is reportedly under review. Some reports suggest councils may soon share Blue Badge data more closely between different local authorities. If accurate, this would make it much harder to use a badge that has already been reported lost, stolen, or canceled elsewhere. At the moment, this kind of cross-council sharing is not fully confirmed, so treat it as expected rather than guaranteed. Either way, using a badge that is not valid in any local authority area carries the same existing risk of a fine and confiscation. There is also a wider point worth remembering about who can use disabled parking bays in the first place. The Blue Badge scheme has been expanded in recent years to include people with certain non-visible conditions as well as physical disabilities. This includes some people with severe autism, epilepsy, Parkinson's disease, and advanced dementia, depending on their individual assessment. If you or a family member has one of these conditions and does not yet have a badge, it may be worth checking your eligibility. Now, let's bring everything together so you know exactly where you stand. The badge must only be used when the named holder is either driving or traveling as a passenger in the vehicle. Never lend your badge to a friend or relative to use on your behalf, even for a quick errand. Always display your badge correctly, with the hologram visible and the photograph facing down on the dashboard. Always set your parking clock accurately whenever you park somewhere with a time limit. Remember that private car parks are not automatically covered by your badge, so always check the signage first. Apply for renewal early, since expired badges are reportedly likely to be caught more quickly under upcoming digital checks. Only ever apply for or renew your badge through Gov.uk or your own local council, never through an unofficial third-party website. Check whether you now qualify for the Disabled Person's Rail Card, since this change has already been confirmed and could save you real money. Treat any specific date for enforcement changes as expected rather than fully guaranteed, and always check Gov.uk for the latest confirmed guidance. Staying just a little bit informed can be the difference between keeping your independence and losing your badge over an honest mistake. If this video helped clear things up, it would mean a lot if you hit subscribe so you do not miss future updates like this one. A quick like also helps this information reach more people who rely on their Blue Badge every single day. If you know someone who uses a Blue Badge or drives someone who does, please consider sharing this video with them. We will keep bringing you clear, practical updates on benefits, pensions, and rules that affect your daily life, so stay close for what comes next.